I want to play a clip of Scott Walker refusing to distance himself from Rudy Giuliani's controversial comments on President Obama not loving America. Here it is.
You were at a dinner last night where Rudy Giuliani spoke. You were sitting just a few chairs away when he said, "I do not believe, and I know this is a horrible thing to say, but I do not believe that the president loves America. He doesn't love you and he doesn't love me. He wasn't brought up the way you were brought up and I was brought up through the love of this country." What do you think about those comments? Because they are raising a stir this morning.
Yeah, I mean, the mayor can speak for himself. I'm not going to comment on what the president thinks or not. He can speak for himself as well.
I mean, I just find that outrageous that he is so intimidated by the right wing. He doesn't know what to say. Now, we all know that Walker's very well defined, anti-union, slashing public education, against workers. This guy has no problem finding himself on some issues, but he couldn't find himself on this one. John, what do you make of that?
Scott Walker published a book about a year ago titled Unintimidated. And he claimed that he was a guy who was going to speak his mind, be a straight talker no matter what. That's how he's selling himself as a potential presidential candidate. And yet, on the simplest of all issues, simply saying, look, I believe my president loves our country, he couldn't do it. And you really have to ask yourself, you know, where's the there with this guy?
Yeah.
If he is so intimidated by donors and powerful players, how can you expect him to lead as a president?
It's almost been like he's been ordered, don't you say a damn word that's worth anything about our president if you want to get this nomination. I mean, you have got to make this country hate his policies and everything else. I mean, it sounds like he's been coached. I mean, you mean to tell me that Walker... I mean, do we not, John, have one of the most complete and one of the most highly vetted processes in this country when it comes to picking a president?
We sure do. And look, here's the bottom line. I've known Scott Walker for a long time, and I don't believe that Scott Walker thinks President Obama doesn't love this country. Yeah. And I really find it troubling that he's so managed now that he just can't say that simple statement.
Gentlemen, great to have you with us tonight. I appreciate it. I wanted to get that in because, John, of course, your Wisconsin connections.